Okay, one other thing I want to talk about, which is, hey, I really like this, and most people don't understand it. It's kind of like, what? What do you mean? And it's. I want to help you, help me, help you. Most people are like, huh? What do you mean? Are you being? What are you talking about? Well, when you know you need something, or you want to achieve, or accomplish, or just learn, or just let folks know what you need, you have to communicate that. And guess what? This is the opportunity for you to say, hey, this is how I like it. This is what I expect as you do this. This is how I like this. So now you just help me to be able to help you. And be vocal with that. Be bottom line with that. Hey, this is how I like it. This is the best way to help me. Okay, now I can go, get my tools together, come back. Say, okay, here you go. What do you think? This is okay? This is going to help you get that done? Or this is what you're thinking it should be? Yep, that's close. Now tweak it a little bit more. Right? Now you just help me help you. And guess what you did? You helped me. You helped me. Why? Because I don't have to worry about having to make sure that I take care of the things you need. Right? So you help me, right? You help me, technically help you, help me, help you. So once I help you, you're good. You say, I can count on that person. That person, oh yeah, that's my go-to. But guess what? What are you going to automatically do? Help me. So when I call, I was like, hey, you know what? You're going to like, no problem. Or if we communicate enough, you already see I'm going to need it. So he's like, hey, dude, check this out. Look like you're doing these things. I tell you what, this is the research I did for you. Like, oh man, perfect. Perfect. So you see how that loop can go? That's a good loop. Right? Help somebody help you. I can't, people can't help silence at all. But sometimes we have an apprehension that if I share, I shouldn't be sharing. I need to keep this to myself. Because a lot of times we have that mental well-being thing where we have things we deal with, man, that are not peaceful in our minds. And we have to allow somebody to help us through that. Because sometimes it's just that communication and looking from that different perspective of understanding why. And I think this is true to a point. Most stuff going on in our heads that cause us to be confused or have mental health challenges is somebody else's stuff. Now, it could be trying to live up to the cultural conditioned way of living and the things you have to aspire for, or it could be the folks you have in your space that you haven't had say so in, or you selected based on a title, or based on both of you like butter pecan ice cream. So that's my friend. Now, guess what? That's the only thing you have in common, butter pecan ice cream. Everything else is chaotic. But we allow the butter pecan ice cream to get access. So that's why say so is vital. Baby steps. I think I was talking to a young lady and she had about 50 friends everywhere. Could you imagine maintaining that? Right? That's like, huh? So when any friend call it any time, you see them as friend. So you just all out give them your energy. But they see you as a source for their safety net. They see you. Hold on now. No, y'all didn't hear me. You see them as the definition of friend. They see you as a source in their safety net. So when I'm falling or I can't do it anymore, I'm going to call the lady in the yellow. Why? Because they need you now. and they know you friended them. Hold on, you friended them. And they need you now. So they say, oh, let me use my friend card. Thank you. See you. But guess what that means, though? That's okay. I know I've been used by friends that I labeled. I've been used by inherit titles as well. Yeah. And I can remember plenty times that an inherit title, didn't live up to the expectation of the title. Right? Yeah, but what we're conditioned to believe, give them another chance. Give them another chance. Give them all access to you. Jump when they say jump. Right? Now, if we don't do that, you know what kicks in? That guilt trip. And that's in the book. I want to make sure I hold this up right. The guilt trip. That's real though. That's not something that we should play with. Because that goes into all our conditioning from birth. That guilt trip, man, they'll say, well, I'm trying to get to heaven. So since I'm trying to get to heaven, I got to allow myself to be used. Now, I don't know now. I've read the Bible quite a few times. And I didn't see anywhere in there says allow yourself to be used other than by God. Right? Yeah. So now, hey, that's self-induced pain. And you have to have say-so in where you give your energy and how much you give. So say I'm going to help, my brother. Love him to death, man. For real, for real. If I'm going to help him, depending on what he's doing, he don't need all my energy for that. He might just need a sprinkle, boom, and it get him over the hump. Right? But what we tend to do in our lives is just give everybody all of it. And guess what? They've been like, ooh, I can get all this. I didn't know that. So I'm going to take full advantage of this unregulated access. Right? Hey, it makes sense to me. And so guess what? Since I'm on my journey of being good, I just automatically be good. Unregulated. Hold on. I'm telling you what happens, not what I do. Consider this. So if I'm just being good, unregulated, I can't complain about being mentally confused. I can't complain about being used. I can't complain about having 50 friends or 50 inherit titles just doing what they want to me. I got to accept that. It'd be okay with it. And most humans can't. Because sometimes we all get sick and tired. Don't get sick. Don't let it get to that point, please. And if we don't let it get to that point, guess what? Ooh, you're a little happier. You got a little less stress on you. You feel a little lighter, right? When you wake up in the morning, all you're thinking about is drink coffee. Or, some people Krispy Kreme. Like, well, is the hot light on yet? Right? But that's good to think about. That's good to have that to think about instead of, you're going to get 1,000 phone calls for something. Right? So just protect yourself from that. That's what the bubble is all about. You're creating that protective bubble around yourself. You're building it. Everybody know what plaster is, right? You know this stuff. And if you just thicken it up, just keep thickening that bubble plaster up. It is not thickening to prevent, it's thickening to protect. Because you control the out and the in. Right? Okay. So I'm going to just mention this one and then we'll take a break and transition. But the bubble is really designed around understanding external cultural conditioning, which is media and anything that's fed out, internet, all that stuff, right? That conditions us. For example, everybody knows the Cinderella thing, right? I know I've seen that on Walt Disney, right? The pumpkins and all that other stuff. And we've seen how the perfect families and stuff on TV, the Beavers or whoever they were, right? We've seen that. Oh man, The Huxtables, oh, this is what a family does. But that was just TV. All right. So let's not get that misunderstood. So that's external. Internal is your household, people under your roof. You know, always do this, always do that. Don't ever do this. Don't go over there. Do this, do that. And we get that embedded, and that's what we how we loop our life in doing too. And guess what? We pass it on with pride. With pride, like, yeah, your great grandmama told me this, and boy, you gonna do it too. Because I did it. Right? We pass it on. And then the subconscious cultural conditioning, meaning the things we do automatically without thinking and without labor or effort. Right? And I always use this 1,000 times is like when we set a place at the table. We always put spoon, knife, and fork, no matter what we having to eat, even if it's soup. And you didn't need all that other stuff, but we just automatically put it out and make it available. Right? So just think about that. And not now, but I know in future events I'll get more in depth in that. And you can think about it and consider it in your questioning that we go to that next phase in a moment when we go to the questioning phase. But just think about it for now.